Well, here we are again, Day 10, Justice Revolution, Week 2, and today we are again looking at homelessness. Now, if you remember last week on Friday, we had the great experience of being able to understand what it's like to live as a homeless person, where we slept in a cardboard box for an entire night. That experience changed my life that night in a way I didn't think it would. But today we looked back at homelessness again. We looked at some new statistics, we got to experience a new act, and the Justice Revolution again did its job of teaching us something that we never knew. So let's first start off with what we saw in our informed section, where we looked at many different statistics about what goes on in the world of homelessness. Now we first saw that homelessness and runaway youth ages are usually between 15 and 17. And we saw that, however, 3 out of 400 runaways are under the age of 10, and 11 out of 100 are between the ages of 11 and 13. So most of the runaways are under the ages of 13, and some of them are under the ages of 10. That's younger than my little brother. We later saw how that your runaway is 10 times more likely to contract HIV. We saw that 1 out of every 7 youth, that's 15%, will run away from home before their 18th birthday. And approximately 5,000 runaway and homeless youths will die from assault, illnesses, and suicide. A third of runaways will attempt suicide. That's almost 528,000 children. You see, homelessness has taken a drastic turn for the worse. It's teaching children that they really aren't worth anything. They're running away from home, they're becoming homeless, and they're dying from suicide where they literally kill themselves. And it said that over 528,000 children. This is a terrible injustice, and this occurs right here in America. Every time you walk out of your door, you often see the older men that are homeless, and we often think of this picture of people that are old, they're raggedy, they've got a scruffy beard, and we just have no respect for them because they don't really bother to deal with life. Yet homelessness is so much more. If you remember on Friday, we had the experience of meeting a homeless woman who told us her life story, and she told us about what it was like ever since she was 14 and ran away from home. I gained so much respect and so much awareness of what it's like to be homeless, to understand these injustices that you come about, these things that change your life forever in ways you wouldn't imagine. No, one of the things that these homeless people have a problem with is they don't have very much food, and the food they do get, they often are not able to pay for it themselves. Thus, in order to get that money, they often have to beg. Now, I have food right here in my kitchen, and I can go to it whenever I want to eat. But that's not the way it is for the homeless people. Thus today we were challenged to have the act of begging for our food. It told us to actually go into our school and ask someone we don't know if we can have some of their food. I'm homeschooled. That really does not work if I tried to ask my brother, because he would give me just what I could get on my own. Yet we eventually figured out a way to do this by going to our neighbor's house and asking them if we could have some food. We told them about the Justice Revolution, what we're going at, and it was so humbling to see what it's like to have to beg for your food, to have to become humbled, to have to realize that you don't have any food for that day, you don't have the money to get it, and you have to have someone else's help. To understand that people have to do this every day, and it doesn't change, and there's no way to fix it unless they find a solution to not being homeless. What we can see through the section today, or this topic of homelessness, is that homelessness is a big deal. It's out in America, and it's more than just people sitting on a street corner asking for money that they're going to go spend on beer. It's people running for their lives, trying to live. And I hope that through the Justice Revolution, we will continue to see these problems, these injustices that must be stopped or fixed, or whatever we can do to prevent them and make sure that justice will be achieved.